Top 5 manga. Go time. You bought top 5 manga. My top 5 manga. First list, let's make it happen straight away. Some controversial ones on here, possibly. A lot of ones you've probably heard of, but some of these are ones that I started with. Started reading manga about 15 years ago, and I think that influences you a lot. You feel kind of sentimental for the ones you started with, but these ones are really good anyway. Number 5. Bleach. Boom. Completed a couple of years ago. Bleach is the story of Kurosaki Ichigo, a red-headed teenager who, well, he's a bit of a special boy. He can see dead people. He can see spirits. And basically, he comes across a Shinigami. Shinigami is a death god, or demon slayer, soul slayer, if you want to call them that. They basically guide souls to the afterlife, or their version of the afterlife anyway, which is called Soul Society. Bit of a rando name, but never mind. He gets the powers of a Shinigami and becomes the representative soul demon for his suburb. Yeah. So he basically goes around sort of saving souls. That doesn't happen very much though. It's mainly about fighting with really, really, really big swords. It's an overpower show. It's starting off, you know, relatively weak, getting stronger, and just, you know, blowing the roof off of it. It's a good show. It's a good manga. I started reading the manga and then watched the anime. The anime is better than the manga. The manga, on a weekly basis, sometimes it was just a little bit short. I mean, it was standard pages, but not much writing, just some graphics, and it seemed rushed sometimes. The ending is a little bit hit and miss. It was a rushed ending. Word was that the author, who has the coolest author mangaka name, Tite Kubo, he's Tite. It's rumored he was told that he had to finish up the series, and so he basically rushed the ending. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it didn't have the ending it sort of deserved, so that's a little bit of an off point. I think if I hadn't started as this one of my first 3 manga, I probably wouldn't have it in my top 5, but there it is. Top 5, Naruto's in the way. Bleach. This is one of the books, but by the way, don't just read the bootlegs that you can find online. Buy the actual books. It's so much better. I mean, this one's actually, I don't know, this one is in Japanese. I don't read Japanese. I just happen to like having it. I do have some in English. So anyway, Bleach, number 5. Number 4, a more recent one. It is still continuing in episodes. My Hero Academia by Kohei Hirakoshi. Really good. A lot of people have likened it to Naruto, who may or may not appear in my list. It's about Midoriyama, who is a young lad. He lives in a world where everyone has superpowers except him, strangely enough. And his whole dream is to become the greatest superhero in the world and follow his idol, All Might. But unfortunately, he doesn't have the power. He gets the power, strangely enough, from his hero. He inherits a special power, and it's all about a weak guy becoming strong. And again, it's really good. It's really good. The manga, I would say, as good as the anime. The anime, it doesn't really go off canon too much, which is good. So, very important. But yeah, it's lots of different powers, lots of ways to use them, which many of the good manga do very, very well. So that's number 4. Number 3, one I don't think would appear on many people's lists, but given my background as a chef and a kitchen designer, Shokugeki no Soma is the story of Soma, who goes to the most prestigious culinary academy in Japan, in a world where apparently that is a massive thing. I'm sure it's a big thing anyway, but not as big as it is over there. And it's him doing these shokugeki, which are food fights, which isn't what you think. It's just them cooking meals and judges determining which one's better and which one's worse and that sort of thing. So it's it feels like it's a superpower show, but it's not. It's all about cooking, and again, that sounds pretty boring. It's not boring. It's really good. It has finished. The anime is good. Manga is better, but it's worth checking out. There is a little bit of fan service in there. If you're not aware what fan service is, it's when the mangaka put a little bit of nudity. This one isn't full blownsies though. It's bits covered and things like that. So it's just a bit of bare stuff. It's not really necessary for the plot, I don't think, but it's there. If you don't like it, don't read it. Number 2, ripping through this list, is my man right here, Naruto. Naruto. The first manga I binged. It's great. It's one of the most popular in the world by Masashi Kishimoto, or Kishimoto Masashi if you use the Japanese way. It's about Naruto, who was an orphan, who very average ninja skills, ninja world, and it's basically about him getting stronger and living out his dream of becoming the Hokage, which is the leader of his village, the village hidden in the leaves. He also has a demon sealed inside himself. Not many spoilers there, you find that out in the very first chapter of the manga. It's really good. The anime, again, for me, not quite as good. There's a lot of filler in the anime where they just, they were catching up to the manga, so they just put out lots. The ending, again, a little bit controversial. It wasn't rushed or anything like that, but it feels like it was in reading it. And it didn't really go the way we thought it would. I mean, Kishimoto, the mangaka, is known for doing things his way and doing some odd twists here and there. And it's good, but it's just not, I think, what a lot of us wanted it to be. It's not overly serious. There are definitely a lot of serious aspects growing up and all that sort of thing, but it's a pretty light-hearted one. I mean, there's scenes with people sticking their fingers up other people's butts. Apparently, you can get away with that in Ninja World. Not so much here. So anyway, Naruto is at number 2. Number one, as you have probably figured out, is One Piece. One Piece. The most popular, well, not necessarily most popular, but the most well-read manga on the planet, with over 470 million copies sold worldwide. This is a monster. It is over 1,000 chapters at the moment and still going. Word is it's near the end. It's about 80% through is what the story is, which kind of makes sense the way the story's going. The story is about Luffy, this cat here with a beard. He doesn't actually have a beard, he's in disguise in this particular one. And basically his dream is to become the Pirate King. It's a pirate world, lots of pirates. So he's on the search for the One Piece, which is basically when you get it, you become the Pirate King. No one knows what the One Piece is. There's speculations that it's not treasure, that it's knowledge or something like that, but we just don't know. This is a fun one, not much serious stuff at all. It's lots of gags, lots of funny stuff. Luffy has a special power as well. In this world, they have things called devil fruits and a couple of other hidden powers as well. And Luffy has eaten one as a young child, which gave him the power of rubber. It was the Gomu Gomu fruit, which means the gum fruit or the rubber fruit. So he can stretch his arms out really long and clicks and stuff like that. And when he gets shot, it just bounces off, which is really cool as well. So it sounds like it's a really simple power, but the author, Ichiro Oda, the mangaka, has turned it into a really powerful one, just the way he's worked things. So, it's a really good one. There's a reason why it's the most popular. It's super enjoyable. All the arcs sort of reinvent themselves all the way through. There's so many of them. So the storylines just keep on evolving and changing, and he keeps getting stronger and stronger, and the enemies, of course, keep getting stronger, just like all of them. The other ones, all the ones I've picked have been pretty light-hearted. Probably Bleach is the I guess you could call the darkest one, but again, it's pretty light as well. It's more of a teen one. This one, One Piece, I feel, is for everyone, whereas Bleach is more for sort of teens, and Naruto, gets the gamut for all the others. The other two, probably you can see why My Hero Academia is similar to Naruto, but it's also very different as well. So it's probably put under the Ron Black bone. Anyway, that's my top 5. One Piece. Naruto, Shokugeki no Soma, My Hero Academia, Bleach. A few honorable mentions. First honorable mention has to go to Dragon Ball Z. The only reason it's not on my list is because I never read the manga. I only watched the anime. So I'm sure if I watched the manga, it would be on my list, but I didn't. So, and that's really good. If you get the chance, have a look. It's you know, power up to an obscene level. It's aliens. It's blowing up planets. It's, you know, everything a growing boy or girl needs. So that's kind of the father or mother, as it would be, of modern manga. The next one for me is Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. So those who are unaware of Hunter, there's kind of a thing with the author. He always has back issues. He has operations and things. So basically, he writes a couple of chapters and then he goes on hiatus for a year or more. So it's a very disjointed series. The anime's great, probably my favorite anime actually, but the current storyline has just been lingering for so long because of these illnesses that the mangaka has had. Would be on my list if it had continued on. It was more progressed and things like that, because it is well done. It does get wordy in places, so if you're not into that and you're more into sort of jokes and stuff, you know, probably avoid it. But it's a really good manga. The last one on my list is Rurouni Kenshin, which is about Kenshin, who is a kind of like the last samurai, I guess you could say. He's in a world where it's ending the era of samurai and going into the era of no swords, so it's illegal to carry swords. He has a reverse blade sword, does not believe in killing, so his ideal is to protect those around him. And he's kind of the best swordsman going around, so everyone's looking to challenge him and all that sort of thing. So it's a good one. It's a lot more traditional, so it's very different from the other ones I've mentioned that are all very sort of fantasy based, I guess. Whereas this one is based in a real time. Of course, it's a fictional character, but it's really good. Again, the anime is really good, and there's movies as well that have been brought out, as in real movies, not cartoons. And they're really good too. The first one in particular is great. So keep an eye out for that. That's it. That's all I've got. My top 5. Have you got a top 5? Post them below. Post your top 5 and see if you agree with mine. Probably a couple you wouldn't have in there, but that's what top 5s are for. That's all I got. You board. See you next time.